Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, to the latest edition of St. Joseph's Prep Basketball, where your Hawks will be taking on Archbishop Carroll High School. Ryan Sullivan here with a very special guest, and I'm proud to announce that we are collaborating with Carroll Sports Media. Mike Livingston is here from Carroll Sports Media alongside me for this pregame show. And Mike, how are we doing this evening? This is a very, very big game.
Doing all right, Ryan. How are you doing?
We're doing great. I'm excited to get to do this pregame show with you guys. And just to start off, could you talk a little bit about Carroll Sports Media and the contributions that you guys are able to bring and the publicity you guys are able to bring to the basketball team and all the other sports that you guys have?
Absolutely. So with Carroll Sports Media, our goal is to provide ample coverage for every single team at Archbishop Carroll, from football and basketball to bocce and swimming. No matter what it is, we want to cover it. Photos, stories, videos, broadcasts. A lot of it we haven't been able to get underway just yet, but we're working with moderators, we're working with who we can, budgeting, whatever it may be. Hopefully we should get a lot of this stuff underway by the spring. But with you having us on, it means a lot, and it really does do a lot for us.
We are very happy to have you, and we will have more special guests as the broadcast rolls on. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But Mike, and just a little bit of background here on Mike, he is actually a senior writer at the Philadelphia Sports Digest, also writer for the Philadelphia Sports Inquirer, the youngest, if I'm getting this right, the youngest Sports Inquirer writer of all time, if I'm being right about that?
I don't have the stats, but I was told so I'm hanging with it.
All right, then, so that's you got that to lean on. But nonetheless, we are going to start off here, and St. Joseph's Prep, they are on a 7-game winning streak. They were 2-4. And now to 9-4, and they are 5-0 in PCL play. And Mike, could you? That's obviously the information on the Prep. You know what they're all about. Can you bring a little information to the audience about Archbishop Carroll and the way their season has started off so far?
Absolutely, Ryan. So Carroll's team came into the season with a lot of big expectations, a lot of PCL championship hopes after a surprise season last year where they made it a bit farther than some people thought. Good preseason, went out to City of Palms, caught some flack. Lost Drew Correo down there in Florida. Lost Ian Williams out in AAU basketball in the summer. Down two of their best players, two guys they built this game plan around. And you're moving into the PCL season. You see right off the bat a disappointing 20-point loss to Roman Catholic, a team projected to win the PCL title, one of the favorites in the league. You go on to a 20-point upset loss, not 20-point loss, 20-point blown lead in the fourth quarter to Cardinal O'Hara Sunday last week. Once again, a 20-point lead blown to Archbishop Ryan on Wednesday. And just like that last week, it's sort of sky's falling at Archbishop Carroll. What's going on with the basketball team? What are we going to do next? You come on Friday night, LaSalle, huge game, a hot team. Carroll goes out and they lay one on LaSalle. They put a huge win on the board and looked like the team that everyone expected them to be, even after the struggles that we saw early in the season. Then again, they come out on Sunday and struggle against a not great Lansdale Catholic team, which leads us to tonight, where there's still a ton of question marks with this Carroll team and where we're going.
And we will get into the X's and O's in just a little bit, but let's start with the X's and O's about St. Joe's Prep. They have been electric over the past couple of games. Obviously, their most recent win coming at Archbishop Ryan. WSJP was not live for that game, though. But when you watch through other media sources, their defense has been absolutely incredible. For a team that has no center whatsoever, their paint defense has been incredible. I've said this before and I'll say it again. You got to give credit to guys like Will Lesovitz and Julian McKee. They have done a great job doing the dirty work down in the paint and getting rid of the big men for opposing teams. You saw them pretty much shut down Sharif Jackson, holding him to 6 points in that contest. Now, Archbishop Carroll, they do have a little bit of the height advantage here tonight, but the problem is with the Prep is that they have done such a good job defending the paint that I don't really know how they're going to be able to deal with guys that are obviously bigger than them, but they don't really play in the post. These guys they like to drive to the basket and all that good stuff, so I'm not necessarily sure how they're going to defend that here tonight, but I know Coach Harrigan, my PCL Coach of the Year thus far, definitely has a game plan for that. But getting back to this Prep defense, their perimeter defense has been incredible as well. You're looking at Olin Chamberlain, Jordan Ellerby, guys like that. Their ability to get the ball and go in transition has been incredible. Makai Robertson has also been leading this team in transition as well. Their game plan really is just to get the rebound and go. They do not let any team keep up with them. Now, Mike, maybe you could attest to this a little bit later about the conditioning of Archbishop Carroll, but I'm not necessarily sure that that Archbishop Carroll can keep up with St. Joe's Prep in transition.
Yeah, Ryan, I am right there with you, and I think that's going to be a huge, it's called a bugaboo for the Pats tonight. So, like I mentioned earlier, Ian Williams, Drew Correo both went down already. This Carroll team is playing thin. They play 6 deep right now in crunch time. 6 deep in a close game. 6 deep when they need to win a basketball game. Otherwise, you're playing guys that don't have ample varsity experience, that don't have what they need to win these games down the stretch. So what you're going to see by the third quarter, by the fourth quarter, especially once this Prep team starts switching guys in and out, running up and down the court and making this Carroll team take its lumps, is you're going to see a Carroll team that probably won't be able to keep up with St. Joe's Prep. And the Pats are going to have to find a way to get around that, find a way to slow the pace down, take it at their own speed. When they've won games this year, that's what they've been doing. They've been moving the ball at their own speed. They've been playing their game, and they've been scoring well on offense. And that is pretty much how you win a game if you're the Patriots.
And sticking with Carroll here, Lucas Foster, obviously a 4-star recruit as a junior. Mirnu Gregg as well, a 4-star recruit. Mike, can you talk a little bit about how these guys have been able to step up for this Carroll team amidst with many injuries this season?
Yeah, Luca and Munir. Luca's a guy who's been on the team for 3 years now as a junior. One of the most experienced guys on the team. Didn't play varsity as a freshman. Went through a lot of lumps through this offseason going into his sophomore year. Had a pretty nice year last year. But this offseason picked up a ton of D1 offers, getting a lot of high major looks. Getting some, believe he's got a couple scouts from Duke, Kansas, and North Carolina all coming out to see him in the next couple of weeks.
Wow.
Had Marquette there last Friday at LaSalle. He's a guy who's going to be getting looks as a 5-star soon. He's going to be a top guy in that 2026 class, and he has been the guy for Carroll this year, averaging 20.2 points a game. Was averaging nearly 25 before we ran into a couple troubles in these last few games. This team runs through Luca Foster, and that's something that it hasn't done in the past. What Luca needs to work on is his leadership, his off-the-court prowess. Once he gets there, Luca Foster is an all-around player who's going to go high-end D1, going to go first-round NBA draft in a couple years. This guy, sing his praises now because you're going to be hearing his name for a long time. And as far as Munir Gregg goes, just another high major D1 talent who has contributed great for Carroll this year.
And you obviously have some great things to say about him. We're going to have to wrap it up here for the WSJP pregame show. Now, Mike, before we get the national anthem and the prayer, can you give me a score prediction for tonight's game?
Got to go 74-61 St. Joe's Prep.
I'll go 70-61 St. Joe's Prep. And that will do it for the latest edition of WSJP's pregame show after the prayer and the national anthem. Listen to Gavin Heinerichs and John Claffee on the call for tonight's game. Thank you guys, and go Prep.
coming into this game flying high are your St. Joe's Prep Hawks with a overall PCL record of 5-0, top of the PCL right now as we speak, and looking to extend that to 6-0 tonight against Archbishop Carroll. I'm Gavin Heinerichs, joined by my color analyst for the evening, John Claffee, here at a packed Archbishop Carroll High School. John, how are we doing today?
Doing great, Gavin. It's a great night for some PCL hoops.
Yeah.
And a great night for a win for these Hawks.
Definitely, Hawks coming into this game off a huge 11-point victory against Archbishop Ryan at Archbishop Ryan. Everything was going well. Jordan Ellerby, Will Voklos, both having impeccable games up in the Northeast. Looking to extend on that tonight. But, for Archbishop Carroll, they're on a little bit of a win streak of their own. I mean, they started off the PCL season kind of slow at 0-3. Past 2 games are undefeated, getting wins over LaSalle and Lansdale Catholic. They've really just been able to click recently as a team. For the Hawks, it's Olin Chamberlain, Jaron McKee, Makai Robertson, Jordan Ellerby, and Will Lesovitz. For Archbishop Carroll, it's Nasir Rawls, Chris Kingkiner, the transfer Christian Matos, Munir Gregg, and none other than the best player in the class of 2026, Luca Foster. And John, these Patriots, 6-7 overall record, 2-3 in the PCL. By the looks of it, they're not that good of a team, but when you really watch the film, when you kind of dive deeper into the type of basketball program that they have, they're a very good shooting team. They have the height. They have guys who play high level with multiple Division I offers. They can get hot on any given night, and it's definitely not going to be a gimme win for St. Joe's Prep. They still have to play locked in and play their game, which they have been doing recently.
Yeah, Gavin, I would say this Carroll team does not seem to have many flaws. They have guys that can space the floor. They have guys that can get big, get some boards. They have guys that love shooting threes. Just not a lot of flaws, just like this Prep team with, Ellerby, Olin, the playmaker, Makai, Will, and Jaron.
Definitely Hawks in black, Carroll in white. Foster and Lesovitz to tip. Sloppy one. And they're going to give it a redo. Packed house here at Archbishop Carroll High School tonight. Lesovitz wins a tip-off. Chamberlain commanding the offense for St. Joe's Prep on their first possession. Robertson on the wing up to Jaron McKee. Chamberlain now with it. McKee at the top, guarded by Gregg. Looks to take him left, stops quickly. This ball's back out of the top of the key. This time Makai Robertson, the sophomore. Chamberlain on the wing, goes right, wide open layup. Olin Chamberlain, quick to get things started here in Radnor.
Yeah, that's something Olin really excels at, Gavin. Just getting to the rim as well as getting the ball around, swinging it around, get the open look that they want.
Matos with it. Near side wing, looks to drive and kick. It's Luca Foster. Foster in the face of Jordan Ellerby. That one's off the mark. McKee to scramble for the rebound. Quick, nice defensive possession for St. Joe's Prep. Chamberlain in the post on Kingkiner. Gets what he wants. Going to fade away on the jump shot. That one's good. Making it look easy. Olin Chamberlain in the first 60 seconds of this one.
Really just a great shot there, Gavin. Just back down his opponent, hit a quick little spin, and
he sees the mismatch on Kingkiner and takes advantage of it. Matos, deep three, back rims, no good. Robertson pushing off Munir Gregg, creating space, and that one's going to be lost. And they're going to say it was not tipped out of bounds, so Archbishop Carroll basketball.
I was going to say, I was a little surprised there wasn't an offensive foul there, a little charge, but definitely a really good defensive play there by Carroll.
Kingkiner bringing this one up for St. Joe's Prep. Chamberlain not giving him any room to breathe.
Great defense there by Olin.
Hawks in man-to-man. They've kind of been running that matchup 2-3. It's been working well. We'll see if they switch to that later in this frame. Foster fakes the drive, pressured heavily by Jordan Ellerby. Gregg looks to drive baseline, spin moves, finds Rawls, pass a little too much mustard on that one. St. Joe's Prep ball. Up top to Jordan Ellerby. That one is no good, but Mekhi Robertson swoops in and finishes the job. 6-0, St. Joe's Prep.
Yeah, I mean, fast break is really where it can get dangerous for the Prep. You see a lot of lobs up to Jordan, and I would say Carroll's lucky he didn't finish that one.
Rawls attacking downhill. Textbook defense, though, by Will Lesovitz. Stops him at the rim. Extra pass from Jared McKee to Olin Chamberlain from deep. No good. Will Lesovitz jumps up for the rebound, but it's grabbed by Matos. Matos, a key acquirement for Archbishop Carroll out of the transfer portal, I guess we'll call it, from Ethacton Area High School.
I was going to say, that's... I don't know if there's a
I know
word
it's more
for it in
college,
high
yeah,
school, but I think that works just fine in this scenario.
Foster, left side wing from deep. Unable to connect. A lot of three-point shots here from Archbishop Carroll so far. I mean, haven't connected.
I was going to say, Carroll seems to be liking to take a lot
but
of threes.
They do love to settle for those jump shots. Outside of those past two drives from Munir Gregg and Nasir Rawls, it's really been nothing going in the paint for Archbishop Carroll.
Yeah, I would tend to agree there.
Ellerby in the high post tries to find a cutting backdoor Jared McKee, tipped away by Kinkiner. This one's taken away by Yasir Turner. Turner to Kinkiner. Kinkiner with the extra pass to Rawls. Rawls from the corner. Can't even make contact with the rim on that one. Robertson in transition. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line. Off the mark.
Wide open Jaron in the corner there.
Yeah. Turner goes downhill, scooping, trying to get it under Chamberlain. No cigar. Lesovitz in transition. Looks to go all the way. Blocked by Nasir Rawls. Out of bounds, St. Joe's Prep basketball. Wow.
That was just
athletic play.
Great defense there by Nasir Rawls.
Matos checks back into the game for Luca Foster. Foster will take his first break of the night.
Yeah, they don't beat... Or Carroll doesn't seem to be making too many,
They have a very short rotation.
Multiple subs at once.
They have a very, very short rotation. Foster looking to be chaining his shoes on the sideline. Could be something with the floor, could be something with his feet, but regardless, Jordan Ellerby does not care, finishing strong on the right side. Hawks jumped out to an early 8-0 lead. Gregg using that spin move, getting to the right side and finishing with authority.
There you go. Carroll puts their first points on the board, and I mean, I don't think I could have guessed that it wasn't going to be off of a three, but just a good move overall by Gregg as Ellerby
left wide open. That one rims out. Rawls looks to push the tempo. Turner in the lane, kicks it out to Matos. Matos for three. It's good. Christian Matos slices the lead in half.
Ooh. I mean, there we go. We were just waiting until one of those three
exactly.
falls.
We're just waiting for one of those threes to fall. Christian Matos breaks the lid for Archbishop Carroll. McKee with a step-back fadeaway shot. No good. Definitely tough.
Tough shot there. But
over Munir Gregg. Matos wasting no time on the left side, drawing the foul, and he's going to take a trip to the line to shoot two.
I really was hoping to see Mekhi get up there and just pin that off of the backboard, LeBron style, but
he's done it multiple times so far this year.
Blocked by Robertson.
We failed to mention, Archbishop Carroll is coached by Francis Bowe. St. Joe's Prep, of course, Jason Harrigan. Matos now at the line. First one is good. Christian Matos offer from Sacred Heart. He picked that up this past offseason. Handful of guys with offers on Archbishop Carroll. I mean, Luca Foster, as we already mentioned, best player in the class of 2026 in the state of Pennsylvania. Multiple offers. Villanova, UMiami, Xavier, Pitt. List goes on. Munir Gregg with a Villanova offer. Nasir Rawls with a few lower Division I offers with Rider, Cal State, Bakersfield, schools like that of his own. So definitely Division I talent on this Archbishop Carroll team. As Matos makes both of his free throws. Ellerby off the dribble, pull-up three in the face of Turner is no good. Ball's hauled in by Christian Matos. Foster, quick crossover, spinning. That ball's come loose. Nice defense there by the freshman Julian McKee. Matos pumps. Looks on the pull-up, kicks that one back out though. Nana Ross, a nasty crossover there by Matos. He gets his way into the lane. and shuffles his feet on the pivot foot. Traveling violation, St. Joe's Prep basketball.
I mean, as a Prep fan, that's what you want to see there.
Yeah.
Some just great defense there, making it force a travel. But I don't know if I were a Carroll fan, how I would feel about that play right there.
Just a little bit of nerves.
Yeah.
That happens to everybody. Happens in the NBA, happens at the college level.
Yeah,
Shuffling
sure.
the feet on accident.
True.
Nothing you can do about it. That one's stripped by Turner. Makai Robertson losing control of it. Now Turner in the fast break. Dishes it to Foster. Foster out to Greg. Greg on the pump fake. Drives. And the charge is taken by Jordan Ellerby, stepping in and saving the day at the rim.
Well, that's what Jordan did, what the Carroll player should have done on the previous play, planted his feet. But, you know, again, not the play you want to see if you're a Carroll fan there.
Hawks have really taken a lot of pride in the defensive end this year. It's not something we saw these past couple years, but that matchup 2-3 zone, things like taking charges, their man-to-man defense, it's all been perfect. Jaron McKee to the cup, no good, but Julian McKee, brotherly chemistry, finishes the job.
Connection.
10-7 St. Joe's Prep. Rawls, far side wing. St. Joe's Prep doing a nice job at pushing Archbishop Carroll. I mean, most of their offense is being run at near the half-court line. They're not even a threat inside the paint, nor inside the arc, to say the least. Greg drives left, kicks to Rawls in the corner. That one is good.
There you go.
Nasir Rawls tying the game, 10-10.
Just there's another three. The Prep seems to be letting up those corner threes, but otherwise playing
Ellerby,
defense pretty
shifty
well.
moves, finds a backdoor cutting Julian McKee. Julian McKee with the reverse layup. Puts the Hawks back in the driver's seat. Rawls, step back three. That one's no good. Luka Foster with the rebound and converts on the and one. Matos checks back into the game for Nasir Rawls. Foster looking to make this a three-point play with just under a minute here to play at Carroll.
Let's see if the shoe change makes a difference.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. Breaking
guess
it, maybe
court
didn't break him in
slippery.
at Claff, maybe didn't break him in at practice, something like that.
Yeah.
Regardless, he hits his free throw. Archbishop Carroll now commanding the lead. Ellerby shifty moves up top, guarded closely by Kinkiner. Using his body, getting to the rim, and that one's stripped away. Tipped out of bounds, they're going to say, by Archbishop Carroll. Stays St. Joe's Prep basketball, but got to give credit, man, to Chris Kinkiner.
Ellerby did not seem to like Kinkiner's clapping
No,
after
he didn't.
the push-off. Wanted to deal with it himself.
Just trying to do anything he can to get in Ellerby's head.
Yeah.
McKee's going to try this time on Kinkiner. Step back three. That one's no good. Chamberlain swooping in for the rebound. Pull-up jumper is pure. Olin Chamberlain, does he miss inside of 15 feet?
Sean Livingston type beat going on.
Miles Peterson now in for St. Joe's Prep. Will Lesovitz and Makai Robertson on the bench. So it's Peterson and McKee outside of the starters. Munir Gregg kicks it into the corner. Trap and kiss Kinkiner, and works out in their favor. Olin Chamberlain comes away with the steal. Jordan Ellerby in transition goes up for the slam. Not as electrifying as we hoped, but regardless, Ellerby finishes the job at the rim over Munir Gregg at the buzzer. 16-13, St. Joe's Prep string together a little 4-point run there. 3-point lead going into the break.
Yeah, Gavin, really great first quarter that you want to see of PCL basketball. Competitive game so far. The Prep definitely started off hot, cooled off a little towards the
Towards
the
like
end.
that middle late section, I would say, of that
But
first
I would
quarter.
say-
I don't know if it was the Prep cooling off or if it was Archbishop Carroll starting to hit their three-pointers in a sense, and the Prep started missing shots.
I was
in
going to
that.
say, the Prep defense, the tenacity and the fire just didn't go away the entire
didn't.
quarter, which
You're right.
is exactly what you want to see. But the offensive firepower, it seemed that they were letting Carroll get in their heads a little bit, playing that uptight defense. But I definitely think that they can turn around soon in the second half. Or second
Yeah, the
quarter.
offense definitely something that they can turn around. I mean, it's all about, hitting a three here, hitting a three there. Then you guys are kind of back into the swing of things. But it's that defensive end that they've been playing. So, Jordan Ellerby taking a charge down low. Olin Chamberlain and Joey McKee on that trap on King Kiner in the corner, causing a turnover. They cause havoc on the defensive side of the ball, and they turn that defense into offense.
True.
More oftenly in transition.
I was going to say transition is where the prep is the most lethal,
Yeah.
especially with those lobs to Jordan.
Rawls inbounds it to King Kiner. Archbishop Carroll with possession. Matos all the way on the left side, had a wide open layup, unable to convert. Hawks get a breath of fresh air on that one. Miscommunication on the defensive side of the ball. Regardless, have possession of it once again. Miles Peterson back up to Jaron. Robertson swings it to Julian. Hawks just working the ball around the arc right now. Lesovitz decides to settle from three. That one's off the mark. Munir Gregg reels it in. Matos, quick pass to King Kiner. King Kiner wide open in the corner. His three-pointer's no good. Peterson with the rebound, throws it all the way up court to Will Lesovitz. Lesovitz goes up strong and draws the foul on Munir Gregg. He'll be rewarded with 2 shots from the charity stripe.
Really great look there by Peterson. Put it right in front of Lesovitz where he wanted it and ended up getting up, drawing the foul.
Yeah, I saw that pass. I was kind of like, no. And then it worked out, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
we'll take it.
Just got to trust the process. Miles
Exactly.
Peterson knew something we didn't.
Lesovitz's first free throw is good. Will Lesovitz coming off a 19-point-10 rebound game against Archbishop Ryan this past Monday.
Quick 20-point double-double.
Converts on both free throws. Rawls staring into the eyes of Lesovitz. Quick kick to Foster. Foster quick to put the ball on the floor. Fading away, blocked by Mekhi Robertson. McKee off the block. Kicks it to Mekhi. Mekhi Robertson from beyond the arc. He hits! Defense into offense. Textbook basketball by Mekhi Robertson on both ends of the floor.
There we go. We got it blocked by Robertson. I said I wanted one earlier, and
Wasn't a
there we
pin off the
go.
backboard, but we'll take it.
Definitely.
Matos, left side, scooping and scoring is Christian Matos around the rim.
This game might be the most fast-paced game of basketball I've seen so far in this
It's
second
two
half.
teams who love to get up and down the floor.
Definitely, and this defense just has been fantastic so far this game.
Really on both sides. As King Kiner gets a steal of his own, they're going to call him for a foul, though, on Lesovitz beforehand.
I thought that was going to be a transition take foul, but you saw something I didn't there. As the prep.
Yeah, checking into the game for the Hawks, Harry Barnes and Jordan Ellerby. Miles Peterson and Jaron McKee take a seat. King Kiner checks out for the Patriots. Yasir Turner, the freshman guard, checks in. So far, it's only been a 6-man rotation for Archbishop Carroll. They've run a very, very short bench.
Taking singular breaks at a time,
Yeah.
not having two
And it'll be
people
interesting
out
to see how that affects them down the stretch, because as we see right now, King Kiner's already ready to check back in. He just checked out, about 10 seconds ago.
I don't know what they're feeding the kids at Carroll.
Luka Foster
Getting all this energy in them.
finishing strong on the right side, untouched as he made his way to the rim. Now putting the pressure on Jordan Ellerby. Ellerby losing his dribble. He's going to be able to keep it somehow. A nasty spin move by Jordan Ellerby. Goes up and under. Can't finish the clip. And Matos now on the offensive side of things. That one's going to be off the mark from the sincere Rawls. Once again, saves the day for Archbishop Carroll with the putback.
Mekhi Robertson wants an off the glass one so bad
He does.
this game.
He almost had it right there.
Yeah, true.
He might have got a piece of it.
I think maybe. He definitely got high up on the backboard there.
Ellerby off the screen, set by Lesovitz. No good. Here come the Patriots. Foster to Gregg. Ball swung back out to Turner. Turner, quick kick to Luka Foster. Foster from deep. No good. Julian McKee with the hustle. Trying to grab that rebound for St. Joe's Prep, but Turner throws it up to Foster on the baseline, and Foster lays it in on the left side, tying the game up at 21 apiece.
Really just some great offense there. Prep defense seemed to be lacking. It was just a great look by. Great look there.
Great look by Archbishop Carroll. Amazing find, too, by Yasir Turner.
Indeed.
Ellerby to Lezovitz in the corner. Off the mark, tipped up by Munir Gregg. He's going to come down with it. Nasir Rawls looks to slow this one down. Now he looks to go. Right side, blocked by Julian McKee. They're going to get him with a foul, though.
One thing, Gavin, I would be looking out to in the late stretches of this game with how fast-paced and the intensity that is going on so far in this game. If this keeps going to deep into the third and fourth quarter,
Yeah.
I think that this six-man rotation for Carroll might be
It's
what
going to hurt
holds
them.
him back.
Yeah, it's going to hurt them.
Definitely going to be pretty exhausted pretty soon. I mean, we saw Kinghiner huffing and puffing on the bench when he got taken out. So
Kinghiner subs back in for Luca Foster. Nasir Rawls converts on his first free throw out of 2. Nasir Rawls, another guy, like I said earlier, Division I looks, Cal State, Bakersfield, Ryder, and Sacred Heart. Had a really good summer in the AAU circuit, and a key piece for Archbishop Carroll, especially being without junior guard Ian Williams due to an injury. Archbishop Carroll also failed to mention this, 2 players injured this evening. They're most likely out for a majority of the season, if not all of the season. As I mentioned, Ian Williams, as Christian Matos nails a 3, extending the lead 4-5 to Carroll. But as I was saying, I mean, Ian Williams, a guy who was really their point guard 1 last year, tore his ACL at the beginning of the season, and then Drew Correa, their big man, 6'8" body that they could definitely use in this one against St. Joe's Prep, also out with a toe injury.
I mean, even without these 2 players.
Yeah, even without these 2 players, Archbishop Carroll
5
up 5 as we speak.
as Carroll gets called for a foul.
It's going to be a foul on Yasir Turner. Looks like he just reached in a little bit there as Jordan Elby tried to make his way to the rim. Foster checks back in. Rawls now gets his breather. But like we said, like I said, like you said both, if this Archbishop Carroll team gets hot, they shoot so many threes that it could be detrimental to the Prep.
Very
and
true.
it will be detrimental to the Prep if this keeps up.
Very true. I think the Prep's got to start looking for people in the corner as I say that.
Ellerby, quick kick to Jaron McKee. Jaron McKee, one dribble shot. No good from deep. Ellerby now with the rebound, drives left side, lays it in with ease over Luca Foster. Quick between the legs, and that was all she wrote.
It's what Jordan loves to do there. Just a quick little dribble move and then cut right to the rim.
That's where he's best. He's best in the one-on-one.
Very true. Best ISO player in the PCL possibly.
Foster fakes left, drives right. Can't convert on the layup. Chamberlain with the rebound. Picks up a dribble a little early. Able to get it back out to Jaron McKee now on the offensive side of things. Robertson left side. Kicks it out. Jordan Ellerby surveys his options. Olin Chamberlain off the screen, set by Jordan Ellerby. He connects from deep, tying the game back up at 26.
That's exactly what I was saying the Prep needed. They just needed one open three-point look, and as I say that, the game is tied.
It's great to see on the offensive side of the ball. There's a lot of off-ball movement, especially I saw in that last possession. Setting screens for guys coming off the ball, like that one set for Olin Chamberlain. A lot of backdoor cutting for St. Joe's Prep as well.
Definitely.
So hopefully,
I saw Will Lesovitz going back and forth.
Yeah, Lesovitz kind of running short corner. Something that we'd love to see for the Prep.
Will Lesovitz just being the hustle guy, getting to the corners.
Yeah.
Just doing anything.
Getting rebounds.
To impact the team. Obviously, it works too. 20 and 10 last game. And
True.
Just super effective player overall.
Yeah.
Just what you want out of a guy.
And that's the great thing about this Prep team is on any given night, any player can have a game of their own. Like right now. Is Will Lesovitz on pace for 19 points? No, but is he still helping the team out in so many other ways? Yes.
True, especially defensive tenacity. If it seems that like once this prep team gets rolling with all this fire under them, it just can't be stopped.
Munir Gregg down to his pivot foot on the left side. Tried to lean into Jordan Ellerby. Not too sure about that foul call. I didn't see too much. Maybe Ellerby leaned over a little bit on the jump. To me, it looks like he jumped straight up.
Yeah, same for me as well.
But regardless, Gregg at the line converts his first free throw. Munir Gregg, you look at him, you say he's easily a junior, maybe even a senior, only a sophomore.
Oof.
Archbishop Carroll team very young, no seniors on this entire roster. So definitely good basketball at Carroll for years to come. McKee drives baseline, no good. Lesovitz finishes on the putback. Nice job by Will Lesovitz there.
There we go. As we said, the movement of Lesovitz there at the back
Exactly.
door, he just
Loses his
grab it.
defender with the off-ball movement. Mekhi Robinson gets his hand in the passing lanes, and in transition, he accidentally steps out of bounds. Archbishop Carroll ball.
You know, that's one of the detriments of playing so fast. Sometimes you don't even realize where you are, and you just foot got a little too close to the line there.
Yasir Tyler takes a seat for the Patriots. Matos back in. Munir Gregg, quick pass up to Rawls. Foster in the corner. I mean, they have a minute left. Are they going to hold?
Looks like they're trying to either
I haven't seen any movement towards the basket.
I was going to say, it looks like they're trying to get a good look.
I mean, it seems what Francis Bowe is doing is trying to hold.
Definitely.
And the prep doesn't seem to care. They're not up at all. Here comes Jordan Ellerby on Christian Matos. Matos now forced to attack the rim on the left side. Acrobatic style finish. Can't connect. Lesovitz loses control of the basketball. Now it's Kinkiner one-on-one with McKee in transition. He's going to settle for the floater. No good. That one's tipped into the crevice of the rim and backboard. It's going to be a jump ball. Hawks have the arrow. So they'll retain possession with 19 seconds left to go. And now they'll definitely hold for the last shot, especially given the 1-point lead.
Definitely. You want the momentum going in the half with the lead. So even if they don't get the shot to fall, they'll still be up, and they'll have the chance to get the shot.
Ellerby trapped off the screen set by Lesovitz. Quickly gets it out to McKee. Jaron McKee with his first points of the night off of that pull-up jumper. Munir Gregg heaves from 3/4 of the court. Rolls around the rim. Close one there by the sophomore. But Jaron McKee, like we said, we need that momentum going into halftime. He gives it to us there. 3-point lead for St. Joe's Prep. Make sure to stay tuned for Hawk Talk at the half. Are you doing halftime? Yeah. Shawn Rogers with Ryan Sullivan and Shawn Rogers from RareFootageSports, as they will be live here in just a minute. Stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hawk Talk at the Half, and today we have a very special guest, Shawn Rogers. He played basketball at Emotep Charter. He was the class of 2008, where he played under the legendary coach Andre Noble. He then went on to play college basketball at Thomas College and Lincoln University. He is now the co-owner of RareFootageSports, who are the #1 source for high school sports in Pennsylvania. No kid left behind, dare to be rare. I'm Ryan Sullivan. Shawn Rogers, Mr. Rogers, if that's what you'd like me to call you.
What's going on, man?
Welcome to WSJP.
Thanks for having me. Man. I brought you guys a gift, man. Dare to be rare hoodie. Dare to be innovative.
Wow.
Dare to be different. Dare to be rare. This for you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
And we love your live streams. Obviously, I've been on a couple times. Make sure you guys check out Rare Footage on Instagram. And hopefully, if everything goes to plan, I get home in time, I will try to get on there tonight.
Sounds
But
good.
let's get into the nitty-gritty of things.
Yep.
St. Joseph's Prep, they currently have the lead over Archbishop Carroll, 30-27. Olin Chamberlain, the leader in points with 9 points. So, Mr. Rogers, what do you think so far about this first half? Can you give us an overview?
It's a lot closer than what I thought. Obviously, it's a packed house tonight. Carroll Brung did an amazing job packing the crowd, packed student section, a lot of energy in the building. 3-point game at halftime. They're competing. Carroll doesn't have the record that we thought everybody would thought they would have. But this is a trap game for a lot of teams. They got a lot of talent in Luka Foster, Munir Gregg, Nazir Rouse, and the list goes on. It's exciting, but big first half from Olin Chamberlain, man. 2025 point guard. Me personally, I think he's one of, if not the best unsigned point guards left in our Philadelphia area, man. Huge first half, but he got 9 points, couple assists, couple boards, and Jordan Ellerby making a few plays. So it's a very exciting game.
I definitely would have to agree with you with Olin Chamberlain. Obviously, I'm a little biased towards him because of my relationship with him. But obviously, Luka Foster has done a really great job thus far. But to get into the prep side of things, I think that they haven't really used what their identity has been, which has been transition defense, get the rebound and go. That's what we've seen for them over the past couple of games, and we haven't really seen much of that. We've seen Olin Chamberlain, Makai Robertson lead the team in transition, but we haven't really seen that much today. Obviously, Archbishop Carroll making a lot more shots than what have been expected, and I don't think the prep, they were expecting to see guys driving into the paint because the prep, they've obviously seen a lot of guys in the post, obviously Sharif Jackson and others. Today, they haven't really seen that. They've seen guys like Luka Foster, Munir Gregg get inside the paint and try to score through a drive. The 3-2 defense hasn't really been as effective as I thought it would against the drive to the paint. But, Mr. Rogers, I will ask you about this St. Joe's Prep defense. Obviously, on your live streams, I have talked about the conditioning and the defense of St. Joe's Prep. Do you think I am, I guess you could say, right in that sort of, I don't really, well, how could you say it, that great part of their game? Do you think I'm right in that?
Absolutely. Well, like I said, it's a packed house. It's high energy. Carroll's putting it on the line. They haven't won a home game yet in PCL play, so they're hungry. I think in the second half, Prep will settle down, get into transition, get more stops. Like you said, they need to run the break, be aggressive on the break, finish around the rim. But, Carroll, they're desperate, man. But, Jordan Ellerby, he'll pick it up in the second half along with Jaren. Jaren will get going more. If Olin can put another second half together like that, man, I think Prep will run away with this game. It's 2 halves of basketball. Carroll maybe shot their best shot in the first half, and Prep is still able to have a 3-point lead at half. I think in the second half, if they play their style of play, it should end around a 4 or 5 possession game.
Definitely. And Jaron McKee starting off the half, he is 6 for 1 on shooting, only 1 for 5 shooting from the 2-point line, 0 for 1 from 3.
Yep.
It is obviously very hot in here.
Yes.
And I don't know if I'm not trying to make an excuse for the Prep, but I had to take off my hoodie. It is so hot in here. Do you think that could be a problem for Jaron McKee, and how do you expect him to pick it up in the second half?
It could be. Like I said, with Jaren shooting away, shooting in the first half, and they got a 3-point lead, I think Jason is happy with that spot. Obviously, he probably won't shoot another second half like that. He'll get going. It should stretch the league, man. But I think they're comfortable where they at. Like you said, Jaren didn't shoot the best the first half. Obviously he'll pick it up in the second half. It's all about, coming out, playing their style of basketball, get more stops, and settle in. Like I said, it's a packed house. It's an amazing crowd, high energy, great atmosphere. But, Prep is built for this. A lot of senior leadership in Olin Chamberlain, Jordan Ellerby, and Jaron McKee. And I think they'll get it together in the second half and, pull away with it.
Definitely. And Getting to Archbishop Carroll here. Obviously, they had a bit of a lead up and down throughout this game. Now they're down by 3 at the half. How do you expect them to get back into this one going into the second?
I think they're going to fight, man. Like I said, they're scratching. They're diving and calling for their first home win in league play. They won't go down easy without a fight. They got one of the best players in the country in Luka Foster, top 50 player in the country, top 30 kid in 2027, Munir Gregg. And Nazir Riles is playing well. Chris is guarding very well. So, they won't go down without a fight. So it should be an entertaining finish.
And Luka Foster, he has been driving to the rim a lot, but obviously it's culminated in just a few points for him. Do you think that Archbishop Carroll is using him to the most effective way? And if not, how do you expect them to use him a little more effectively in the second half?
Coach Bo does a good job of getting him in the right spots. I think it's all about makes or misses for Luka. It's not about where he's shooting because he's one of the most efficient players in our area, if not the state. It's all about makes and misses. Some of those shots he missed, he'll make. So, second half, he might shoot it better too as well.
And before we end Hawk Talk at the half, we will get into a little bit of predictions. Mr. Rogers, I will ask you, who do you think is going to be the MVP of both teams for the second half?
Second half MVPs, I'm going to go with Jeremy Key for St. Joe's Prep because I'm almost certain he'll shoot way better in the second half than the first half. In the second half, I'm expecting Munir Gregg to do a little bit more. Very versatile player. They move him around in different positions. He can play the guard spot, the forward spot, defend different positions. So I'm expecting him to have a big second half as well.
All right, and to get into some score predictions, do you think the Prep pulls away with this one?
I do. I think it'll be it's all about the first 5 minutes in this third quarter. If St. Joe's can punch him in the mouth, Carroll may lay down, or they may fight. It's a pack energy. I don't think the crowd will let him lay down, but it's all about this first 5 minutes in this third quarter to see what happens. And then, from there we'll see.
Carroll has been good. Their student section has been great, but
Amazing.
Hopefully for St. Joe's Prep fans, they will be even better. That will do it for Hawk Talk at the half. I'm Ryan Sullivan. Thank you so much to Mr. Rogers for coming on to WSJP. Hopefully we can see more collaborations in the future. Make sure you guys go check him out on Instagram and X at RareFootageSports. I'm Ryan Sullivan with Mr. Rogers. Make sure to stay tuned for the second half with Gavin Heinerichs and John Claffee. Go Prep.
Thank us for having us. #1 sports source for sports. Dare to be rare. No kid left behind.
Definitely. Go Prep.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Archbishop Carroll High School for some second half action here between the Patriots of Archbishop Carroll and the St. Joe's Prep Hawks. Luka Foster wasting no time at all. First 15 seconds, drains a three from the top of the key.
Yeah, big shot, start the quarter, ties up the game at 30, and
Ellerby driving into the lane, using his pivot foot to create space, can't convert on the fadeaway. Robertson battling for the rebound, unable to come away with it. Archbishop Carroll ball. Rawls in and out move, goes left side. Foul going to be called on the floor. It's going to be on Olin Chamberlain. His second of the evening. Like I said, Luka Foster, a quiet first half for him, especially as a four-star recruit, as he misses that time from the top of the key. Looking to see if he can get things going here in these last 16 minutes. Chamberlain drives paint, kicks to Jaron McKee. McKee from deep, off the mark. Will Lesovitz with the rebound, finds a cutting Jaron McKee. Jaron McKee finishing on the left, unable to convert. Foster now in transition, goes up strong against Jordan Ellerby. An impeccable defense by the Florida Gulf Coast commit. That ball's knocked out of bounds by Foster himself. St. Joe's Prep basketball.
yeah, as you said, quiet first half for the #1 player in Pennsylvania in his class, Luka Foster. Expecting a lot out of him tonight, but we've really just seen Must be a graveyard out here in Carroll because I'm just seeing a ghost.
You were dying to use that line. I know that. I know you were dying to use that line.
Maybe just a little bit. I kept it in my back pocket somehow.
Foster with his 3rd foul of the evening. As Olin Chamberlain checks out for St. Joe's Prep. Wait, was that foul on Olin Chamberlain? It was.
Might have been.
Sorry, Olin Chamberlain with his 3rd foul of the evening. I looked up the scoreboard. It said 0. Rawls comes off the screen. Kicks to Turner. Yasir Turner, quick one dribble pull-up jumper, no good. Julian McKee rips that one away from Luca Foster in the air. Robertson switches the court. Jordan Ellerby from deep. No good. Luca Foster in transition. Euro stepping, trying to finish with the left hand. Fouled as he goes up by Jaron McKee. He's going to take his 2 free throws.
Yeah, 2nd of the night on Jaron. Could be worse, could be better. That's not. You don't really want your.
Yeah, I mean 2 fouls. 2 fouls third quarter. Not a huge
not
deal.
awful, but
Olin with 3. That's when you kind of have to sub him out and play that game.
Give him a little bit of rest.
Foster makes his first free throw. We haven't said enough. Luca Foster, the 59th ranked player in the class of 2026, a 4-star recruit. 22nd ranked small forward, 1st ranked player in the state of Pennsylvania in his class. And St. Joe's Prep has done an amazing job at containing him this evening. Lezovitz driving down the lane on the left side. Unable to find Jordan Ellerby in the near side corner. Ball thrown out of bounds. Archbishop Carroll basketball.
Looked like it was tipped to me, but
yeah, I agree. I mean, that ball was like
not.
nowhere. That ball was going nowhere near Jordan Ellerby. But regardless, Patriots with the basketball. Nasir Rawls off the pass from Munir Gregg. His 3-point look doesn't fall. McKee in transition, goes up strong. Nice defense, though, by Munir Gregg as McKee's unable to convert. But just as I say that, Archbishop Carroll turns it back over.
Yeah, great defense there by the Prep. Just a heads-up look.
Yeah.
And
that's just playing a little. That's playing a little too fast. If
Yeah.
you're Archbishop Carroll.
Definitely. I would agree with that.
Robertson gets the high screen from Lesvitz. That's jumped early by Yasir Turner. Robertson driving in the lane, using his body. Goes up strong, drawing the foul on the freshman point guard in Yasir Turner. 2 shots for Robertson to come.
I mean, it's really impressive with when you have a freshman point guard getting as many minutes as
Anybody else on the
he
floor?
is. I mean,
Yeah.
just overall in this PCL basketball, high-paced, a lot of contact.
And he's hung
Very
with
rough.
it. He's definitely held his own.
Definitely has.
As Chris King-Kiner checks in for Luca Foster.
Still going with these one rotation.
Yeah, they're only running 6 guys. Foster comes off. He's having a little conversation with Francis Bowe. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see him back in within the next minute. Robertson goes 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. 1-point lead in favor of Archbishop Carroll.
Still a lot of time left.
Tons of time.
And
Just over 13 minutes left to play here in Radnor. Turner in the corner, drives, comes away. Wide open right hand layup is blown by the freshman. That's one he's definitely going to want to have back.
True.
Lezovitz drives baseline, and it's going to be a timeout called by Coach Harrigan beforehand. He seems visibly upset, so they're going to talk this one over. But God, if you're Yasir Turner, those are the ones you can't miss.
Definitely Gavin. I mean, both teams here, very storied schools, you could say, with a lot of good talent going through. The Prep with, likes of Ed Croswell, Jimmy King, a lot of great players. And Archbishop Carroll having one notable guy, slam
Derek
dunk
Jones.
contest.
Derek Jones Jr.
has the greatest in-game dunk I've ever seen. I mean, he just got up so high, he just kind of threw it into the...
He went to UNLV, right?
I believe so. The Red Rebels.
It's random.
I know.
It's random.
Yeah.
Archbishop Carroll out to Las Vegas.
Hey, I mean,
Then to the dunk contest.
Whatever gets you the league, you know?
Exactly. McKee at half court. Looking to call the play that Harrigan just drew up. A lot of the players seem visibly confused. Jordan tries to go to the step back. And on the pass to Mekhi Robertson, that one's going to fly out of bounds.
Really interesting pass attempt there, but it almost worked if Mekhi was just had one more second to process what was going on.
Greg rolls off the screen. Matos guarded by McKee. He drives left. Jaron McKee with his hands straight up, and Matos seemed to just trip over his own feet.
I was gonna say, I don't think that is.
I mean, we don't have a great angle from up here. Like that angle is probably like the worst that we could have.
No,
but I mean, from up here, it looked pretty clean. He might have got him with the body. That's really that had to have been.
Just like that one that we thought, the ball that we thought got tipped out, but it was called out. And that was Jaron's third, which we were talking about Olin. That's the danger zone you don't want to be in.
Yeah, that is the danger zone.
So now the Prep's got 2 in the danger zone.
King Kiner Euro stepping, unable to convert on the right side. Floats this one out to Rawls near half court. Matos tries from deep. Bounces around, shooters roll. Christian Matos hits from deep.
Anytime shot like that falls, I just get unpleasant flashbacks.
I was about to say it's no good, and then it bounced around a little bit more, and I was Kawhi Leonard.
That was a very unhappy day for me.
Lezovitz on the left side, now out to Robertson. Robertson looks to drive middle, step backing on King Kiner, trying to create space. Nothing's there. McKee, couple dribbles, pulls it from deep in the face of Matos.
Gonna call
it's gonna hit
on that.
The top. Out of bounds, St. Joe's Prep ball. Yasir Chyler checks in. Yasir Rawls gonna take his break.
They have like rationed break time.
Exactly, and for the Prep, you know,
bench.
It's now Gavin Pennington seeing his first minutes of the evening. Checking in for Jaron McKee. They're going to try to try to preserve Jaron McKee, not get him in any more foul trouble than he already is in.
Yeah, Gavin Pennington, a guy that's just very scrappy. You know, he's not the tallest guy, he's not the strongest guy, but you know, he definitely just has very high basketball IQ and just can get around the court quick.
Traveling violation. It's going to be Matos shuffling his feet. St. Joe's Prep ball. Caught a break there.
Definitely.
Robertson now assuming the point guard role for the Hawks. Ellerby off the dribble, handoff into his pull-off, off the dribble. Lethal long two-pointer from Jordan Ellerby.
The best ISO player in the PCL.
Easily.
There you go, folks.
Greg out to King Kiner. Pressured by Pennington. Foster on the right. Has nothing. Hawks seem to be in their matchup 2-3. Finally. Look for that all. Yeah, you see it. Turner drives into the lane, rejected by Will Lezovitz. Munir Gregg can't finish on the left side either. And now here comes Jordan Ellerby in transition. Tries to lay it up, can't finish.
Oh, I really thought we were about to see something there, Gavin, but
I was waiting for it. Timeout, Archbishop Carroll.
I would not be too happy if I were Coach Harrigan there, but you know, with how much Jordan does for this team, I think that I think his minutes will be safe.
It's just like the easy bunnies, like the gimmies you gotta make. That's one of them right there. I mean, tie game if he hits that one. I said earlier, one of those ones you're just gonna want to have back when you kind of rewatch the film and think about the game. Definitely. You gotta have short-term memory. You gotta move on. 10 minutes left.
I mean, that was to tie the game.
Yeah. Coach Harrigan trying to talk to the ref after the play. I'm not sure if it was a goaltend or if it was a foul as Jordan Ellerby was going up. He definitely ran into some contact around the rim on that transition layup. Regardless, no call. 2 minutes and 7 seconds left here in this one. Hawks, if we haven't mentioned it before, currently top the PCL, number 1 seed for this season. 5-0 record. Archbishop Carroll currently stands at number 8 with a 2-3 record, but definitely not a number 8 caliber team.
No, I think that Carroll just needs to hit their stride, and
they have a lot of good players. Just like early on in this PCL play, especially, they haven't been playing as a unit, as a team. They've kind of been playing, oh, I want to go score. Oh, I want to go score. I want to do this. I can't not score. I need to get my points. But now all of a sudden against St. Joe's Prep, they're really slowing the game down. They're playing as a team, and that was kind of the Prep's issue last year. Regardless, Munir Gregg on the baseline finishes wide open off the backdoor cut. But like I was saying, Prep's issue last year was not playing as a team, kind of playing too much one-on-one basketball. They've started to do that this year. Archbishop Carroll kind of with the same problem. Not tonight, though.
I would tend to agree. I think that you definitely have a lot of uncertainty when you have a transfer player come in, and all of your chemistry just kind of needs to be rebuilt. You don't really, after you play with each other for a year.
Yeah, it's also a bunch of high caliber recruits who want, their recruitment. They want to be that guy.
And, you kind of know what each other are doing before you even do it when you play with each other for a year. And then when you throw a new player in, the dynamic just kind of switches.
Exactly. Ellerby off the inbound, driving on the left side, goes up and under, can't finish. Will Lesovitz with the clutch rebound and strong finish on the right side.
Again,
Will Lesovitz has assumed a very large role, especially when it comes to grabbing boards tonight for St. Joe's Prep. Ross flashes middle, kicks back out to Turner. Turner in the face of Pennington. Nothing but air, out of bounds. St. Joe's Prep basketball as the two senior co-captains, Jaron McKee and Owen Chamberlain, check back in for the Hawks. Gav Pennington and Julian McKee take a seat.
Can only hope that we don't see 4 and then 1 or 4.
Yeah, you can't foul if you're Owen or Jaron in this situation.
No.
Jaron step back 3 in the face of Matos is pure. Jaron McKee in the face of Christian Matos gives the Hawks back the lead as we near the end of this third quarter frame.
That is what you need. That is a pace setter. All of the momentum has just switched.
Jaron's been off tonight, especially from beyond the arc. Hits it, though, there when we need it most. Ellerby off the rebound. In transition, 3-on-2 for St. Joe's Prep. Another one for Jaron McKee. Rims out no good. Ball hauled in by Munir Gregg. 20 seconds left to go.
And we said
Nasir Ross drives left, kicks out to Gregg. Gregg driving baseline, swings it to Matos. Matos in the corner, off the mark. 8 seconds left for St. Joe's Prep. Here comes Jordan Ellerby. Ellerby on the left side, finishing with ease over Munir Gregg, uncontested. 3-point lead for St. Joe's Prep. Foster from half court at the buzzer, no good. Hawks once again string a run together at the end of the third quarter, giving them a 3-point lead heading into the final 8 minutes.
Yeah, that is exactly the kind of way the Prep wanted to enter into this fourth quarter. Perfectly with a 3 and a
any lead, especially the way that this game has been played. Maybe, coming into this game, you obviously don't want to be only up 3 points. You want that margin to be larger, but the way that this game's played out so far, it's kind of been that gritty style of basketball where you're taking anything you can get. So a lead, especially a 3-point, it's anything. It's everything going into this final frame.
Exactly, Gavin.
And we'll see how Archbishop Carroll, kind of finishes one out, if they will finish strong. Because earlier in this season, their third PCL game against Archbishop Ryan. They've blown leads before, that one blowing a 23-point lead in the fourth quarter. Ryan takes that game to overtime and then actually wins and beats Carroll after being down 20+ going into those final 8 minutes. So will Archbishop Carroll learn from that and finish strong against St. Joe's Prep? We'll be soon to find out.
We will be soon to find out, Gavin.
For the Hawks, it's the starting five. Will Lesovitz, Olin Chamberlain, Jaron McKee, Jordan Ellerby, and Makai Robertson. And for Archbishop Carroll, it's Nasir Rawls, Munir Gregg, Luca Foster, Christian Matos, and Chris Kinkiner.
Let's see if Carroll can keep up with the Prep in this fourth quarter after, only running the 6-man rotation.
Archbishop Carroll coming off of a 3-point win against Lansdale Catholic. 2-game win streak right now in the PCL, looking to make it 3. Hawks look to keep that perfect 6-0 record. Jaron McKee from deep. That one's no good. The scoreboard shuts off here at Archbishop Carroll. Not too sure if someone accidentally stepped on the wire.
Well, at least ours is up. That's all that matters,
Exactly.
folks.
WSJP has you covered. I think we're back on.
At least we will be in a minute.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go.
Regardless, the Hawks with another chance now on this offensive look after Jaron McKee was unable to convert on that first 3. So, hey, maybe the shutoff scoreboard works in St. Joe's Prep's favor.
Yeah, very true, Gavin, very true.
Chamberlain this time to inbound. Gets to Ellerby. Ellerby one-on-one with Luca Foster on the right side. Definitely going to take him to the middle.
Some sort of violation.
The clock didn't start.
Oh, that's what's up. Well, the Prep gets a third chance.
Third chance now
Third
on
time's
this
the charm,
offensive look.
guys.
Third time's a charm. A little bit of scoreboard
What do you
mishap here.
want to see in this play, Gavin? As we're waiting.
Honestly, I want the Prep to do what they've been kind of doing all game in a sense of get the ball to Jordan or Makai, drive to the middle, draw in all the Carroll defenders, and then kick it out to Jaron McKee, Olin Chamberlain, get a 3-point look, a mid-range look, something like that. By them penetrating, all those defenders have to collapse on the help side of defense due to their man-to-man. And so a 3-point look from either Jaron McKee, Olin Chamberlain, Will Lesovitz. That's what I like to see here.
I would love to see a Will Lesovitz slam.
A Will Lesovitz slam dunk?
Yes.
Will Lesovitz throws it off the back of Christian Matos, gets his own inbound, and then dunks over Munir Gregg and Luca Foster.
Oh,
it's happening.
Oh, no. I mean, he really could have done it there.
Chamberlain kicks it to McKee. McKee's going to pull it out and run something here. I like the Hawks slowing the game down a little bit. You're up 3. I wouldn't say the clock's your friend. It's still a close game, but take your time. Makai Robertson off the screen.
There you go.
Clutch when we need him. The sophomore 4-star recruit coming in clutch down the stretch here for St. Joe's Prep.
There you go. You got what you want. You got your 3. Not quite the Will Lesovitz slam, but I'd say it'll do.
The Sear Rawls, though, double nickel. Claps back with a 3-pointer of his own.
Indeed.
Ellerby looks to play fast, draws the foul on Munir Gregg. On the floor or going up? That's the question.
Yeah, there were a bit of extracurriculars there between Ellerby and Nasir.
No, they settled. I saw that too, but they definitely, Rawls did not mean to block his shot at the end. Yeah,
definitely settled it. But Jordan does not like when people try and mess, say the least.
lights the fire.
Definitely. Oh,
Jordan Ellerby on the backdoor cut, off the screen, pick and roll action on the baseline, finishing on the left side, extends the lead to 5.
There you go. As we were saying, he did not like that.
They cheat on that corner screen on Olin Chamberlain, trying to guard the 3-pointer and leave Jordan Ellerby wide open on the backdoor cut. Nice find there by Jaron McKee. Rawls pulls once again from deep. Opposite wing this time, no good. King kind of with the rebound. Quick dish to Foster. Foster finishes on the layup. 3-point game. Archbishop Carroll looks to bring a little bit of pressure. Hawks break it easily.
Definitely what you want late in this game.
Ellerby, hesitation, drives on the right side. He makes it look way too easy over the 4-star Luca Foster. Yasir Turner into the lane. Decides to retreat as he runs into Will Lesovitz. Raw's not afraid to go right at Lesovitz. Finishes strong on the right side using his body. Great finish there by the junior Nasir Rawls.
Definitely a great finish.
Drawing the contact, creating space in the air.
That's exactly what
Not
you
much
wanna
more
see.
Will Lesovitz could have done. It was great defense too. McKee on the backdoor cut. Great find by Jordan Ellerby, co-captain to co-captain. McKee loses King Kiner in the off-ball movement, finishes easily around the cup. 5-point lead for St. Joe's Prep.
Doesn't get much better than that. That's just fundamental basketball right there.
It is.
Great backdoor cut by Jaron. Very high.
Like I said
IQ
earlier,
play.
like we both said earlier, it's that off-ball movement. It's setting screens, moving it up the ball. We saw Will Lesovitz earlier running short corner. Now it's been a lot of backdoor cuts. Hawks are finding their cutter. You know, sometimes you cut, you don't really look at the cutter. You kind of just like, oh yeah, he's moving, whatever. Hawks have found these wide open cutters, and in a game like this where it's so close down the stretch, these points are very valuable.
Very true.
And the ability for them to get them within 5 feet of the basket is even more of a bonus.
I would definitely say so, Gavin.
5:41 left here in Radnor. This year, Turner off the inbound. Chamberlain looks to pick him up 94 feet full court. Hawks seem to be now back in man-to-man. Jeremy McKee guarding Christian Matos, the ball carrier.
This is where the prep exceeds, Gavin, in this high-paced defense.
They do.
Man-to-man, just tenacity.
Foster fakes left, drives right, pull-up jumper from the free throw line, gets the friendly roll. Nice pull-up mid-range by Luca Foster over Jordan Ellerby.
Good look there. Can't deny that.
Foster does a great job getting to where he wants to go. Utilizes that jab step very well as well. Mekhi Robertson spinning into the lane. Did he take one too many steps? Mr. Official said he did.
Now,
Traveling violation turnover.
that's the only opinion that matters.
Patriots ball.
Of
Exactly.
The Penguins.
The Penguins. It's a new one.
The Zebras.
Matos drives right behind the back. Now looks to go up strong on the left. They're going to get Jeremy McKee with a foul on the jump.
That's going to be 4 for Jaron.
Yeah, it's Jaron's fourth.
But at least it's late.
4:30 left in this one. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Harrigan does with him. Matos takes a trip to the line to shoot too.
Yeah, I mean, is he going to take Jaron out? Maybe not, but
I don't see any sign of a sub.
no.
So
I think
I think
passive
he
player.
I think he trusts Jaron enough that he's good enough of a player to
Very composed, very
exactly.
high IQ player. Exactly what you want.
Matos goes 50% from the free throw line that time. 2-point lead for St. Joe's Prep. Ellerby double teamed. Now breaks it, drives right, kicks to McKee on the right wing in the face of Matos. Doesn't get the roll. Ball stripped away from Luca Foster by Jordan Ellerby. Olin Chamberlain goes up strong on the right side. Defense into offense at its finest there. Once again, Jordan Ellerby causing havoc on the defensive end, and Chamberlain finishing the job. Turner in the lane, floats it up. No shot. It's going to be a traveling violation. St. Joe's Prep basketball.
I mean, I have 3 syllables for you, Gavin. Fundamentals.
Fundamentals indeed.
What you love to see out of this prep team.
These 3 senior guards have really stepped up this season for St. Joe's Prep. And that's why everyone kind of trusts them now, winning these late games down the stretch. It's kind of a struggle earlier in those first few years. I mean, they'd come down the stretch and it'd be a really close game, and sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. Now it feels like every time it's close. And as I say that, I jinx it a little bit. Jaron McKee goes backcourt.
Not intentionally.
Unintentional.
Just.
But I mean, Coach Harrigan and
up.
all of Prep fans at home who've been watching St. Joe's Prep this season, later stages of the game is kind of been where the Prep has thrived in PCL play.
I would definitely agree with that, Gavin.
Greg off the off-ball screen, drives and kicks to Turner. Turner back and forth going east to west. Ball tipped away by Jaron McKee. Rawls comes away with it. Rawls using his body on Lesovitz once again, getting to the left side. Lesovitz making the case that he went straight up, and I don't know if I personally agree with him. But regardless, Rawls uses his body, draws the foul. 2 shots to come for the junior.
We got some WSJP fans in the building.
First one's good for Nasir Rawls. Nasir Turner checks out. Chris Kingkiner checks back in. Still sticking with the 6-man rotation, Francis Bell and the Patriots. Haven't seen a single other person off of their bench besides Yasir Tyler.
Only one other person on their bench has their warm-up jacket
Yeah.
off.
And I believe that's Eric White, the junior. Ellerby on the left side, denied by Luca Foster at the rim. Foster not letting Ellerby get away with it that easy. Rawls tries to go right at Lesovitz again. This time it's shut down by Will. Matos pulls this one out, guarded tightly by Jaron McKee. Spinning and kicks out to Greg.
Got ball
2 minutes,
movement here, just trying
30
to
seconds
hold
left.
on to it.
Munir Gregg on the left side, lays it up and in over Will Lesovitz. Cuts the lead to 1 point. Matos now with full court pressure on Chamberlain. Chamberlain loses it for a second, then regains it. Finds a cutting Will Lesovitz. Lesovitz trying to finish on the right side, unable to.
I saw a little tug on Olin there.
It was.
But
Little bit of contact inside the paint, but regardless, Patriots basketball.
yeah, again, it's not our opinion that matters.
Nasir Rawls, the general. Hands it off to Greg. Hawks. Man-to-man defensive set. Chamberlain has help from Mekhi Robertson on the baseline. Christian Matos, not afraid, goes up strong, finishing over Chamberlain and Robertson. Gives the Patriots back the lead. Timeout called by Mekhi Robertson and St. Joe's Prep.
Definitely not what you want with
No.
a minute 42 left, Gavin.
Not what you want at all.
Could be worse. It's a 1-point game, but
Just seems like
all
the Hawks
the
kind of have
momentum
like
just
the life got like sucked out of them late into this
Yeah.
one.
I mean, we were talking about Carroll getting tired, but
Exactly. We were worried that Carroll was going to be, I mean, 6 guys all game. They play a fast-paced game, too.
just definitely not what you want to see here.
If I'm Coach Aaron, I'm in the huddle. I'm just saying, guys, relax. It's not, it's obvious, it's far from over. A minute 40 left. Just don't get to, kind of helter-skelter, antsy, trying to, make, the extra pass or maybe a pass that's not there. Don't try to force anything. You've been playing your game, you've been playing your game for 31 minutes out of the 32. Don't fall apart now.
Yeah, I think we might have a quote of the day there, folks, by Gavin Heinerichs. Don't be all helter-skelter. That's quite
good
the
word.
phrase there. I mean, I have not heard it before, so you're enlightening me.
Transfer of knowledge.
Yeah.
Robertson on the inbound to Chamberlain. Chamberlain hands it off to Jordan Ellerby. Ball's working its way around now into the post. Ellerby drives baseline. He's going to dribble it back out. Couple quick between the legs. Finds Lesovitz on the backdoor cut. Will Lesovitz finishes with the reverse right-hand layup.
There you go. Big basketball IQ play there by Will.
Cutting backdoor all night on that baseline was Will Lesovitz. And Jordan Ellerby finds him open down the stretch here at Archbishop Carroll. Matos drives left. Foul is going to be committed by Olin Chamberlain. Going to say it's on the floor, though.
Ooh.
So King Kiner's going to take it out baseline.
Probably not what the prep wanted there.
It's going to be Olin's fourth foul.
Yeah, but I mean, especially it only being called on the floor, they don't even get the ball back immediately.
True, but they also don't shoot free throws.
True.
But as I say that, Luca Foster, using the Euro step to his advantage, converts with the right hand. Tries to cause havoc on the defensive end. Can't come away with it. Ellerby kicks out to Chamberlain. Chamberlain hesitates. Doesn't pull the three. Ball kicked out to Jordan Ellerby from deep. Jordan Ellerby. Bullseye from beyond the arc. Extends the lead to 2 for St. Joe's Prep. Big-time players make big-time plays down the stretch. And the 3-star Florida Gulf Coast commit just made a big-time play.
Wow. I mean, that's all I have to say there, Gavin. Wow. That is... That's Jordan Ellerby doing what Jordan Ellerby does.
I was scared there for a second. He drove into the lane, kind of left his footing, jumped into the air before even coming to the consensus he was going to take the shot, then kicks it out to Chamberlain. Chamberlain hesitates, takes a little bit too long, then comes the trap. Cross-court pass to Jordan Ellerby. A nice find there by the Big O.
Whew, by the Big O.
That's...
You could say they
and then
were
what
not,
happened.
They were not being helter-skelter.
They were not. It started off helter-skelter. It started off a little, I don't know what's going to happen here. Jordan Ellerby able to reel it back in and extend the Hawks' lead back to 2 and in their favor.
I trust Mr. Vice President.
Yasir Turner with it. Guarded by Lesovitz. Turner to Foster. Foster guarded tightly by Jordan Ellerby. He's going to be forced to get rid of it. Ball kicked back out to Turner. 24 seconds left to go.
No threes.
No threes. Rawls, one-on-one, in and out on the left side. He's going to kick it out to Foster. Foster's got to take the last shot.
This is who you want taking this last shot. Guarded by Ellerby.
Kicks it to Turner. Turner drives left to his pivot foot. Layup no good. Rebounded by Foster. Foster turnaround shot. Also no good. Rebounded by Lesovitz. And St. Joseph's Prep is going to win the ball game.
What was Carroll thinking there, Gavin?
St. Joe's Prep is going to win the ball game. Rebounded by Jordan Ellerby. Foul committed by, I believe it was Munir Gregg.
It was.
It's going to be taken baseline by... They're going to be taken out of bounds. Baseline by St. Joe's Prep. But to be honest, John, you're right. I'm not too sure what Archbishop Carroll was thinking.
I mean, giving it to the freshman.
You give it to Yasir Turner, and it wasn't a great look, but he almost made it happen. Luca Foster pulls in the rebound and barely even looks at the basket before pulling it. He had a couple seconds left.
I know, and I mean,
it just seemed like no one wanted to take
a kick out too.
Yeah, it seemed like no one wanted to take that shot.
No.
Foster kind of had it for a second, kicked it out to Turner. Turner gave it to Ross. Ross kind of tried to attack, then kicked it back out to Foster. No one really wanted to kind of be that guy. And
Turner,
before they knew it, was Yasir Turner just had to make a move.
Turner wanted to make a name for himself there, you know, being a freshman, getting that big shot at the end, but
I don't know if it was that, or I don't know if it was that, or if it was just someone's got to take the shot.
Yeah.
Time was running out.
No. He did not call ball game.
He did not call ball game. 1.1 seconds left to go. Archbishop Carroll only has 2 team fouls, so they're 3 away from putting the Hawks in the bonus. Hawks will take this one out far baseline. But I mean, regardless, like we said earlier, with Archbishop Carroll being 2-3 in the PCL, 6-7 overall, the 8th best team out of 14. This is a very good win for St. Joe's Prep. And we'll put them at 6-0 in the PCL.
True.
Ellerby on the inbound. He's going to throw it away to Nasir Rawls. Rawls for 3.
Oh.
Air ball, no good.
It looked
A little bit of a scare there. A little bit of a scare there here in Radnor, Pennsylvania, as Coach Harrigan was signaling. He wanted Jordan Ellerby to heave it full court. Instead, he tries to find, I don't even know what that was, Jaron McKee maybe at the half court. It was intercepted by Nasir Rawls. Hawks caught a little bit of a break there, but regardless, they come away with a win here on the road against a very good Archbishop Carroll team. Your final score 56-54. The Hawks move to 6-0, in the PCL, maintaining that beloved number 1 seed. Archbishop Carroll
The beloved
now back
number 1 seed.
to now down to 2-4 on the season. John, I got to get your player of the game here before we step aside.
Ooh, I think we always go Jordan.
Yeah?
So I think I'm gonna go Olin because of
Olin
just
Chamberlain?
how great of a defensive presence he was this entire game. How he came off hot in the first quarter and just kept that same intensity throughout the game.
He did, and he hit some big shots. That mid-range jumper is deadly. He finished around the rim. He got some steals. He had that huge finish off the Jordan Ellerby steal down here on the near basket. But for me, it has to be Will Lesovitz. Will Lesovitz, I mean, couple backdoor cuts, nice putbacks, finished well around the rim, played very solid defense. Just kind of doing it all, building off of that last game against Archbishop Ryan.
Yeah, definitely Will Lesovitz. Great game by him. 2 in a row where he really just was the super effective guy that you want there. And just, I mean, what a team player. And I mean, I don't think I would rather have someone else running the 5 for this prep team.
Yeah, I wouldn't really necessarily put him at 5. I think the prep kind of, but like, I get what you're saying. He was taking the jumps. He takes the jumps. He gets the rebounds. He plays inside. So I guess that's what you call him. I don't think he's your traditional 5, but
No.
regardless, it was great all around here. Make sure to stay tuned for the post-game show here in just a second as we'll step aside. But from here in Radnor, Pennsylvania, I've been Gavin Heinerichs. He's been John Claffee. Your final score 56-54. Stay tuned for the post-game show. But from both of us, we say good night. Go Prep. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Archbishop John Carroll High School in Radnor, Pennsylvania, where your St. Joe's Prep Hawks just beat the Patriots of Archbishop Carroll by a score of 56-44. This is our post-game show, a little bit out of the ordinary. Don't really do a post-game show too often here on WSJP, but I'm Gavin Heinerichs, joined by my co-host for the post-game show, Nick from Carroll Sports Media. Nick, what a game.
It was a great game. Who else but Jordan Ellerby to really close it out for the Hawks?
Yeah.
So.
Ellerby really just hit on all cylinders tonight. He was a general on the offensive side of the ball, took a couple charges, had a couple steals on the defensive side of the ball, really just got all things done for St. Joe's Prep. Olin Chamberlain contributing on both sides of the floor as well. Jaron McKee hitting some big shots down the stretch. Will Lesovitz slashing, finishing on putbacks and off backdoor cuts. Everything was clicking tonight for St. Joe's Prep. And I mean, given you're from Archbishop Carroll, tell us what you saw from the Patriots this evening.
It was a great game by Luca Foster, Munir. They really struggle on defense, and that's what really showed. They had everything working in their favor tonight, from the students to the Chick-fil-A cow. Everything was in their favor except for the defense.
Yeah, I agree, Nick. I mean, they did a nice job on the offensive side of the ball. It just seems sometimes on the defense side they got lazy. I mean, Luca Foster would kind of let Jordan Ellerby go around him, and he had that one block late in that fourth quarter, but a couple times it was just Jordan Ellerby kind of finishing with ease on the right or left-handed side. So the defensive end of things is definitely where Archbishop Carroll, in my opinion, has to improve on if they want to make a run before it's too late to try to get into the Palestra at the end of the season. And I know for St. Joe's Prep, their next game is Sunday against Lansdale Catholic, but for Archbishop Carroll, Nick, do you know who they play next?
I am not quite sure, but it's going to be tough games all around.
Yeah, I mean, the PCL is so balanced this year. Everyone's really beating everybody. I mean, Bonner looked to be one of the top candidates after knocking off a very solid Father Judge team. They go down to South Philly and lose to Newman Goretti by 20+. And then it was kind of, Judge is still Judge. They're very good as well. They travel up to Devon, Pennsylvania, and lose to Devon Prep in a close one last night. So anyone can really beat anyone in the PCL this year. It's wide open. And right now, your St. Joe's Prep Hawks are in the driver's seat with that #1 seed and the perfect 6-0 record.
Next game for the Carroll Patriots is Sunday at West Catholic Prep. So it's going to be a big game, and they're going to try to bounce back.
Yeah, definitely need that bounce back. Carroll drops down to 2-4 on the season. As I said just a few minutes ago, Hawks perfect 6. And Nick, anything you have to say regarding Archbishop Carroll, regarding St. Joe's Prep before we sign off here from Radnor?
Archbishop Carroll's a strong team. They have everything that they need. They have all the pieces.
They do.
It's just a lot of injuries, a lot of issues on the defensive side. Just a lot of problems that have fallen into place for them. And if these things can be turned around, then Archbishop Carroll can be contenders for the Palestra in this next season, or even if they make a turnaround this season.
Yeah. I mean, something to note, no seniors on the roster for Archbishop Carroll. So next year, definitely going to be the year. Key injuries, like I mentioned earlier in the broadcast. I mean, Drew Correa, their big man, being out, and then their point guard one, the guy that kind of was starting the offense last year all season for them, Ian Williams, also out for, I believe it's the season.
It is the season. He's able to bend his knee. He's doing well. It's
ACL?
It's going to be the season. A couple ligaments that are going all over. But he was the captain.
Yeah.
And the strong point of the team, and he still does show his leadership.
Yeah.
But it's rough without him on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, you could show your leadership from the bench as much as you want, but it's not the same from what you kind of see on the floor.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So hopefully Archbishop Carroll turns their season around as we make our way into the later stages already of this PCL season. It seems like it's flown by so quickly. If not, definitely looking forward to next season. If you're a Patriots fan, if you're a St. Joe's Prep fan, this is really all or nothing. I mean, Ellerby, McKee, Chamberlain, all seniors. You have Mekhi Robertson, you have Julian McKee, a little bit of the youth. Will Lesovitz will be a senior next year, so definitely going to be a good team there. But this is the year to win the Palestra, and they're making the most of it right now at that #1 seed. From Radnor, Pennsylvania, your final score, 56-54 in favor of your St. Joseph's Prep Hawks, improving to 6-0 in the PCL season this year. I've been Gavin Heinerichs. He's been Nick from Carroll Sports Media. And from Archbishop Carroll, we say good night, go Prep, and
go Carroll.
Go Carroll.